You're watching Around the Bay Sports on YouTube, powered by StreamYard. Please like and subscribe. And here are your hosts.
I'm Amon.
I'm Drew.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Jesse. And we are
Around
Duh.
Bay.
Sports. We got a great show for you tonight. We're going to be talking some baseball, a little bit of basketball news, NFL, and even some wrestling. So hang out with us for the next hour or so. Let's get into the show. Let's start with MLB. There were some trades that happened for the Giants and other teams, but I would just like to start. I feel like the sport of baseball is dying because of one, a horrible commissioner. Two, they suck at marketing their own players. I don't even know who half of these All-Stars were this year. So I think we should just start with that. Whoever wants to jump in first on this topic.
Guess I'll go. Yeah, it's for a sad sight to see because baseball has been like American sport for so many years. It's been such when this was added to, it gets added to the United States. When you think of Babe Ruth, and then you go Jackie Robinson and all the other great players we know through its history, and now we're coming to a point where it's like it could be about greed. It could be just a lot of rich people just loving money so much that it's practically that's like the center point of baseball. It's just like revenue, but not as a way of like we fans have been watching the sport. And it's just a sad sight to see that we really kind of have to say is like, this is really, it's falling apart year by year. If you guys weren't here in the last episode, we had a little talk of just like how things are changing. The cap room, it's just like trying to what the NBA NFL has been doing, and it's just now it's like becoming a holdout. That's going to be who knows, it might take a whole year or at least until December, if it, But it's just it's just a sad sight to see. It's a sport I'm trying to get used to. I'm more football and basketball, but it's just seeing just the love of sports and especially baseball. It's sad.
You can tell your sport is dying when TV companies are like, we don't want to do business with you anymore. Like what ESPN did. I think it's after this season, they are out of their baseball package. They are not going to be showing any more games on ESPN because baseball doesn't have good ratings anymore. Drew or Jack, would either of you like to jump in on this topic?
I would say I'll say this. Baseball is just business as it was now compared to the last 10 years, But, like our last episode, we talked about the cap room, like stuff like that, it's, trying to, I feel like, it is dying because honestly, we don't need to talk more crap about the commission, but like just it's just general, it's dying, and baseball is not getting a rating for football, basketball, compared to those numbers, or even soccer or football in Europe, like
Even hockey is beating baseball right now.
yeah, even hockey is beating baseball, which is sad to know. Like that's the least sport I watch,
It's
and
like, sorry.
go ahead.
It's like I just want to feel like thing like football, even college football, is getting so much revenue that it's going to TNT. Like TNT just took the like they made a trade with ESPN. ESPN wants to focus more on the NBA now instead of baseball, and now at TNT is trying to like college itself is becoming like basically a national sport at this point, and it's just crazy. It's like baseball. It's like as the years go by, like the existence is just going to fade.
Yeah. So I
Jump in or
No, I'll let Andrew finish his thought, then I'll go ahead.
I just think that it's dying every single year. Well, we don't know what's going to happen in December of 2026, but it's just dying as it is. But let that go.
Well, I feel like baseball's starting to die off too. You don't really hear as much hype in the sport anymore. Like as Jesse mentioned, ESPN's unlikely going to be showing baseball because the viewers are so low, according to the Nielsen, the Nielsen family, I believe. Also, there was a report that I just got from the SF Gates, like earlier today, that the Giants all of a sudden kicked out KNBR out of their Oracle Park studio. And that just shows that baseball is not going in the right direction. 2026 is going to be a very interesting season because the lockout could potentially happen. I mean, we're kind of anticipating it, but this could be a major concern for Rob Manfred. Rob Manfred's honestly killing the sport because now he's getting issues with Bryce Harper and others, and it's not a good look for him. I think that if it's possible, they should. I don't know how voting for a new commissioner works, but honestly, I feel like they should get a new one because Rob Manfred's not doing a good job at all.
And
so
then
he's killing the sport.
Sorry, can I just correct you there? They're not gonna. He can't be fired because owners love him. And that's really who he works for. He works for the owners of Major League Baseball.
Okay. I know he's doing that, but all I know is the players do not like him whatsoever. And players are still pissed off that the Astros didn't get their trophy taken away after they cheated. Like even the Red Sox cheated, and they still have their trophy also. So Rob Manfred, he's a popular. He's probably what got him in there is being charismatic with all the owners and everything, but he's just not the right guy to be commissioner.
I mean, it's like even if you somehow replace them, it's just gonna be one of the owners, and they might be as gullible or as.
It's not even gullibility. It's just kiss ass puppet.
Yeah, just like who's gonna be the next puppet, and it's just yeah. It's sad to say. Just like who knew? We thought maybe baseball will keep going and going and going, but now we're in this era.
It's going to keep going, but there's a huge decline from. Even my love of baseball has died a bit. Not just because of not knowing players and all of that, but the politics that took place, the real estate deal that took place. Turning baseball into a real estate deal is horrible, I feel like. In any sport, turning it into we need a stadium in order to compete. That is bullshit. Complete bullshit. Because even in Sacramento, sorry, I'm going to go into trades real quick. A trade for the A's. They're getting ready to go into Las Vegas, where Mason Miller was on a team-friendly deal. He could have been their closer for the next 6 to 7 years. Yet they trade him and
Sears.
JP Sears to
Padres.
To the Padres. How that?
Honestly, the A's have been doing that for years.
Yes, that's the issue.
At least the good news, we might see the Giants are going to take on the Padres, so we might see Miller time.
Oh yeah, we might see them in San Francisco.
But yeah, that sucks. That is horrible baseball. Trading away players that are your future, basically. The future never comes for the. I'm starting to call them the Oakland A's. The future will never come for them because of their horrible owner. Once a player gets good, he trades them, and that's another reason why Manfred sucks, because Manfred loves owners like that like keeping the game cheap. But let's go into some other trades. Amon, do you want to take that with the Giants first?
All right, since we've been mentioning about cheaters, well, the cheater is back with the cheaters. Correa, who was a former Astro, is now reunited. And as we know, the Astros definitely are in playoff contention.
They have the West locked up.
They have the West locked. Okay, I didn't know that. But yeah, cheater.
They're up like 6 games, I think.
Cheater with the cheaters. that's the story of this trade for me. It's just a reunion that we thought we'll never see again. But yeah,
they're
like,
3 games ahead of the Mariners right now. I
but
think.
yeah. What are you guys' talks of just that Correa back with the Astros?
It made sense to me. It was. I didn't see it as a good fit when he originally went to his team when he left Houston, but I hope he's the same player because he's a really good player from what I remember with the Houston Astros. Yeah, he cheated for a season to win, banging on trash cans, but he was an all-star, and that is hard to do. So that's what I'll say on that. Anybody else have anything to say about the Astros and Korea?
It's interesting that he's playing third base than shortstop, And it's just I'm used to seeing him playing shortstop than him being third base. But yeah, that's all I got.
Kind of surprising seeing him back in Houston. He was really solid player before, and now he's pretty decent now. Even though the Astros won their game earlier today, 8-2 against the Marlins. He went only 1 for 5, grounded out and flew out most of the time, but he scored a run. But it's a good addition. I understand why they put him at third base instead of at shortstop, because you also at the same time you have Jeremy Pena there, who's also really good second base, shortstop, and he's also young as well. He's 27. So I think it's a good pickup for Houston, though I really hope that they don't go to the World Series. That's all I got to say.
I hope they don't go to the World Series either. And I feel like that's it for baseball, just for now.
Yeah. A lot of great trades happened, but we're trying to move on.
Yeah.
We have
No insane trades, though.
We have a special segment coming up soon, folks.
But yes. But first, let's talk about the extensions that happened this past weekend and even today in the NBA. First, with Luka Doncic getting an extension from the Mavericks. It's a 3-year?
3-year, 165.
Yeah, 3-year, $165 million deal. And then today, De'Aaron Fox signing a 4-year extension with the Spurs. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it was always expected, because I don't know what his current is. He still on his current deal when he got traded with the Mavs?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Still is.
I don't know what the current state is that. So really, it technically might be like a 4 to 5 year extension. So it was always expected. When the trade happened, it knew that no one was safe, no matter what. And for the Lakers, LeBron, this is his final year. It's pretty much where it's headed. So it's just like when.
What, is that official?
I don't know. I don't. Okay, it's not official, but I feel just for me, I feel like the speculations just feel like this might be for LeBron. But it's up to him to decide on that for himself. But it's just nothing surprising about this.
All right. Drew, you got anything on this one?
I was surprised with Luka extension. Just the amount of money that he got for extension. I thought he was going to ask for at least 200+ million, type of contract. But
that's at this time, because he would have gotten more money if Dallas wouldn't have traded him. Then he would have been eligible for.
Yeah, he'll be eligible for 300+, but I thought he was going to sign a 200+, contract with the Lakers, But I was kind of shocked, but De'Aaron Fox, but we can talk. I don't know. De'Aaron Fox is it's interesting contract. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about that contract alone. So
I think the Spurs should be good for the next few years.
I feel like the Spurs, this long rebuild starting to become something. And it's just be good for just for the city of San Antonio, because Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili, that team they did to beat LeBron and the Heat. And it's just like we haven't seen that since, and now it's just the way this team is built. It's starting to really become something special to add perhaps some more titles in the near future, as the way this NBA has been developing.
All right, let's talk about the king of sports right now. Oh, sorry, Jack.
Yeah, I gotta share some stuff too. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
But for Luka, his contract isn't really surprising. I was expecting the Lakers to give him an extension because they want to officially secure him for years to come. Good for Luka. He deserves all that money. He's a great player. It's gonna be a great future for the Lakers whenever LeBron decides to retire. And as a Warrior fan and LeBron hater, hopefully that's soon. But De'Aaron Fox, honestly, I think this is an incredible overpay. I like De'Aaron Fox. He's a solid player in Sacramento, and I think he was one of the key reasons why they would make the playoffs. But 4-year, $230 million extension? That's just wild to me. That's basically, if you do that mathematically, that is literally 230 divided by 4. That's 57.5 per year. That's like Steph money right there. I think that's a ridiculous overpay. I think the money should have been a lot lower.
Yeah,
but I don't know if they, like, dare I say this? Like, if De'Aaron Fox is trying to rob a team like Tobias Harris did, then his agent needs to try to run for, like, he's like the best NBA agent across any sports league of all time. Because De'Aaron Fox is an incredible overpay. I like him, but that's a ridiculous overpay.
I mean, they're gonna pay Wemby. That's coming up. So now I feel like is Wemby gonna, like, he's gonna get a lot. It's the rookie extension, but it might be like you might be a little surprised, be like, oh, why it's not this much?
No, I think he's getting all of it.
And there's no state income tax in Texas, so he's going to be seeing a good amount of that money.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Like in 2026-27 season, he's going to be making $51 million in 1 year for being.
He's a starting point guard in the NBA.
Okay, yeah, but $230 million for De'Aaron Fox. If that's the case, then why don't you pay LaMelo Ball like a $400 million contract?
Oh, you always say it's Texas.
This hasn't been brought up, and I don't know if you guys ever thought of this, but money, like players getting a certain amount of money for just dribbling a basketball is insane. I don't care how good you are. I don't care if you make the NBA. I don't even care if you make the WNBA if you're a woman. You getting this amount of money is wild. Like, some people in this world work their asses off for decades and barely see this kind of money. And you dribble a basketball around on a court and you get paid $230 million. That's just insane to me. It doesn't click to other people, but it's clicking a lot to me.
I just feel like people get paid because of skill. Like Curry, for example. Like, he's the one who set this 3-point thing. If he wasn't
the game of basketball.
That's he changed it. And
he changed basketball for forever.
Like,
because now everybody wants to shoot threes. But before people only averaged like 10, 12 3-pointers a game. It's just crazy.
Let's move on to our next segment. On to now pretty much the most popular sport in the United States, football. And there has been some, according to Shefty, he reported what the Browns QB they're going to roll with. They're going with Flacco number 1, Gabriel I think at 3, Pickett at 2, but then all the talk, Shador. He's at number 4. And now they just signed Huntley. I don't know what's going on with Cleveland. I know it's the Browns. But you figure like Shador his play style in college was quite a sight to see. I know he wasn't a first round; he fell all the way to like 4 or 5. But it's just like you figure to the Browns. Is this a smart move for the Brown organization? I know they're still. I guess theoretically they're still figuring it out. That's why they made that signing. But what do you guys think of just Shador? Just like, would he actually play this year or not? I know we had this talk long ago in our pre-streams we've had on these talks about just Shador, knowing like he might chime in like a Baker Mayfield sort of style, you know. But what do you guys think? Just this QB spaghetti thing. Anyone can chime in. What's your thoughts on this?
I think Shador has been given a raw deal. He's taking it great, though.
It's the Browns.
Yes,
So,
the owner of the Browns is
the Browns.
really bad. Yeah,
Basically.
the worst contract in sports was him signing Deshaun Watson to that 5-year deal, fully guaranteed contract. I think that'll forever be the worst deal in sports.
I mean, they drafted him. He played like that, then okay. But like, if you got him in 2016, 18 that year, then yeah, you know, perfect. But you know, I'm trying to disrespect him.
But yeah, I feel like Shador is buried on the depth chart. I don't think he's going to see playing time this year. Watson's going to be back next year, so I don't think he'll see much playing time there either. I think he's just going to write out his rookie contract and then try to compete for a spot.
So pretty much the Jordan Love treatment?
Worse than the Jordan Love treatment, because at least Jordan Love sat behind a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah.
Who is Shador Sanders sitting behind? Joe Flacco? Gabriel?
And Gabriel?
Kenny Pickett is ahead of Shador Sanders right now.
I mean, Gabriel, also a good quarterback. Yeah, that Rose Bowl, let's not talk about that. But seeing him just in the regular season, during the season, Gabriel, also heck of a quarterback. But it's just the talks of Shador, the son of Dion, a lot of excitement just with the name as well.
Yes, that's one topic out of the.
Drew, Jack, what do you got? You got any talk about this?
Well, so the Browns, they got Joe Flacco, Shador Sanders. What's the guy's name? Tyler Gabriel?
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel.
Oh, Dylan Gabriel, okay. And did they just draft him, or is he like?
Yeah.
Him and Shador.
Okay. I'm probably going to be a bit in the controversy category for saying this. Deshaun Watson should get traded. He's not reliable. He's known to be injured all the time. Who knows? He might even go to the massage thing again. But Joe Flacco, I've seen for many, many years, and his time is probably going to be up soon because I believe he's like very, very close to being 40 years old. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he retires next year.
Yes.
And no, he is actually 40, excuse me. So I'm looking at stats here, according to 9 practices for the Browns. Joe Flacco was 54 of 92, and he threw 3 touchdown passes but no interceptions. So that's good through 9 practices. Dylan Gabriel won 62 of 113 passes. That's wild. And he threw 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Meanwhile, Kenny Pickett threw 23 of 34, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. But Shador Sanders has thrown 49 of 70. And he's thrown 6 touchdown passes and no interceptions.
That's Shador?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Shador Sanders being that low in the depth chart is kind of disrespectful. And I saw in the article that he doesn't want his dad there because he doesn't want any distractions, and that's good for him for saying that. Yeah. But I think it's kind of disrespectful because he's proving himself in practice, and you're going to put him that low in the chart? I really do. First off, I don't trust Kenny Pickett. Dylan Gabriel throwing the most interceptions of any of the quarterbacks so far. And then I don't trust in Joe Flacco due to age. I think this season, okay, everybody and their grandmother knows that the Browns are not going to be good this year. I think you should use this year as an experiment year for Shedeur Sanders. I think they should let him be quarterback. If he does well in the first few weeks, then let him be the starter the rest of the year. But if he struggles, then go to somebody else. Go to Joe Flacco. Go to Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett. Maybe stick with Deshaun Watson. But Deshaun Watson gets hurt almost every single year ever since he left the Texans. So I don't trust him for that. But Browns can do what they want. Obviously, we can't make the decisions. I would go with Shedeur Sanders because he's been proving himself the best. But I don't trust any of the other four quarterbacks. And just Shedeur Sanders has been the most productive so far.
And they could just do Shedeur and Gabriel since they drafted him and just see what they see. Like at least the first game or the second.
Yeah, you brought up an interesting point about trading Deshaun Watson. SF and WC brings up a good point here. Watson's contract complicates any action Cleveland could ever remotely take because I don't see anybody that would want that contract.
No one wants that contract. It's like going with the Giants. Really
honestly, and what I was talking about earlier, Deshaun Watson robbed the Cleveland Browns of that money. And he went and he got in trouble for that massage thing, and he still walks away with all that cash. Yeah. That's crazy. Browns owner has got to be taking some like serious drugs or something like that because that's wild.
He took a horrible risk and he's facing the consequences for that risk now.
Like it's like when you play 21, it's like you're at the 20 number and you're still saying hit me.
Yep.
It's like what are you doing? The Browns have been idiots for decades. They haven't won anything since. Did they win anything with Jim Brown? I think they won like a championship before Super Bowl era. But
maybe before.
Ever since then, it's just been nothing but mediocrity. No disrespect to that city because that's where my mother was born, but that team is one of the biggest jokes in America.
They have. You can't think of like Joe Tom, like Graham, Joe Tom, like go in the 2012 Joe Thomas. Then you go with the halfback of
Peyton Hillis.
Yeah, Hillis.
Yeah, when he was on that cover, I believe 2012. That's one of my favorite Maddens of all time.
Yeah, like Browns have drafted good players. It's just now I don't know what their approach is.
Like, when's the last time they drafted a legendary quarterback? Like. You're going to say someone else besides Deshaun Watson? I don't know who else you're talking about. Johnny Manziel?
They could have one in Shedeur Sanders, a legendary.
Is if they play him, but they're going to be there. But they're going to trust in no disrespect, but old ass Joe Flacco, who's I think is going to retire next year.
I think why would he join the Browns? I just feel like I'm gonna just help it.
Honestly, he probably just needs a little bit more cash in his pocket.
He got him in the playoffs that 1 year and then got obliterated. But, it's just like, I've seen some old highlight, the old Flacco. Yeah. Back to the
Flacco's already retired. He retired before he came back for the Cleveland Browns.
He got called up for some reason. It's like, yeah, sure, why not? But ladies and gentlemen,
I think we can move on to another team before that. We can move on to the Raiders. They had an open practice this weekend out in Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. That went pretty well.
Fortunately, one of our defensive players broke his leg.
We got
hurt. He's a safety.
He broke his leg.
Yeah, broke his leg trying to
I heard there was something about him and Crosby collided or something.
Yeah, as they were trying to go through the sack together and just.
Oh, that's
something. But yeah.
Recovery.
Speaking of rookies, Jaquan Bennett, cornerback for the Raiders, drafted. I think it's been 2 or 3 years. 2 years. And he go into the Eagles. The Eagles, they just when they see young talent, they'll just take. And so we, for as Raider Nation and for Jesse and I, we'll wish you luck with
Yes.
camps, and who knows, maybe we'll win a ring this year or at least in the next few years, maybe. But good luck to you. I mean, we got a D tackle. The name Thomas Booker. Don't know much about him, but I just felt like it was maybe.
I think this is Tyree Wilson's year to prove it that he is an NFL defensive tackle. Him and Max Crosby, that was supposed to be the future. Obviously, he got hurt his rookie season, so couldn't really do anything there.
Is there any other news about Christian Wilkins and his situation?
No, there have been no other.
Just about that moment.
So everything's all quiet with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's interesting. You'll probably hear something soon then.
Players are getting hurt because it's
the
football.
NFL.
They're still tackling. Like
They're still tackling. It's the NFL.
Anytime there are pads involved, there are going to be injuries.
I mean, no matter how much safety protocols you throw in this thing, people are going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about Micah Parsons?
Yeah, no, we'll get to that. But what do you guys think? Any words on just this trade alone, or do you feel you have no comment on that trade?
Which trade?
The Raider trade.
Oh, that's.
I don't think that's a big deal.
Not a big deal. I just want to know.
No, if the Raiders got someone that's like, pretty good, then we talk about it. But otherwise, if it's like a small trade, it's not even an ESPN article, so I wouldn't worry about it.
But yeah, let's get to it.
So yeah, I think it's time. Jack, I have a bit of a bone to pick with you.
A bit of a bone, you say?
It's your disrespect towards 49ers kicker Jake Moody.
And
I want to know where this stems from exactly. Because I want to know where this stems from. This hatred towards Jake Moody that you have.
Okay, so when Jake Moody was in his first year, when Jake Moody was in his first year, he played all 17 games. He was 21 of 25 on field goals, so he was doing fairly well. He was kicking 84%, 7 of 7 from 20 to 29 yards, 8 of 9 from 30 to 39. The thing that struggles would have been on 40 to 49 yarders, and 2 out of 3 and 50 plus. But the thing is, the next year following, he only played 14 of the usual 17 games, but he struggled like a major. There's like a certain word for it. I can't come up with it right now, but a certain decline in his performance. He goes from 80% all the way to 71%. Technically, it's 7.6, but you got to round it because we're grown-ass adults. He was 24 of 34 kicking. He was perfect from 20 to 29, 9 of 9, 30 to 39, 5 of 5. But then he was 6 of 11 from 40 to 49. And then he was 4 of 9 from 50 plus. When I went to, and people, I'm going to be probably doing this again, when we went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the 49ers game, he missed, I believe, 3 field goals and 1 PAT. It was the worst kicking performance I have ever seen. Maybe it's just PTSD talking right now. Maybe that's just what's getting to me the most. But this dude would miss key field goals in certain situations. I know he missed a couple key ones last year that maybe could have gotten them the victory. I can't recall that. I would have to go back and check replays. But now seeing that in training camp, Greg Joseph, who should be the Niners starting court kicker, Greg Joseph went 22 of 24 for field goals in training camp. But yeah, Jake Moody goes 21 of 24. And you still cut Greg Joseph. That to me makes no sense. I don't know what Kyle Shanahan's doing. I don't know if you just want a cheaper ass dude. If you want to try to go to a dollar store instead of a Target or something.
I have to stop you right there. I am sorry. Jake Moody has been a great kicker. Before getting injured in week 3, he was one of the most accurate kickers. You did in that Buccaneers game. You left out a key piece. He was just coming back from injury.
After how many games?
A high ankle sprain. So
okay, but you can still practice for a week. If he didn't practice all week, then I wouldn't. Then if he didn't practice all week before the Buccaneers game, then what's the point of him playing that game?
How did the other kickers do?
Okay, if you still get out, I want to know, you outperform someone, and yet you are the one that gets cut. Is that a bad look for the team? Yes or no?
It was by 2 kicks.
I don't care. The other guy won.
Beating him, like, it's not like it was 5 kicks. Where
That would be like, okay, that would be like Drew getting an A+ in his. Well, no, I'll do that lower. That would be like Drew getting an A, and then like someone else gets like an A-, and yet that person that gets an A- gets more credit than the A does. I personally don't understand it. I've been in competitions like this before, and sometimes the other person will get rewarded. I just don't understand. Maybe Jake Moody's asking for less money. Maybe that's why they're keeping him, because I did hear it was a money issue. They also got rid of guys like even Tanner Mordecai as a backup quarterback. So I don't know if they're just trying to like pay players less, or say, well, maybe they're trying to save money, because I know Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch are not idiots. They're some of the smartest people in the NFL. They know what they're doing. They have good signings. They drafted. Excuse me?
Trey Lance.
Okay, that was their brain dead situation. But besides all that, I mean, you drafted Brock Purdy as a Mr. Irrelevant. Now he's one of arguably the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. It's just, I still don't understand how you outperform someone and yet you are the one that gets cut. I'm sure Greg Joseph was just as confused, if not more. If not, he was pissed. But you heard my part. I don't know how Jake Moody's going to do this year. I'm not going to take a gamble on him for drafting him as my starting kicker for fantasy, just to make that publicly known. All you four and all the other people that I'm in leagues with, go ahead, Jesse. The floor is yours.
You know what? I will do it. I will draft Drake Moody this year. And when
okay, good then, man.
When he leads me to a back-to-back, undisputed FFL heavyweight championship of the world, I'll be waiting for your apology.
Hold on.
Are you guys got another bet?
Yeah, are we having another bet?
We got two bets now.
You want to do a bet about? Okay, should we do a bet of what's the percentage you both can agree on this season?
What do you mean? Like
the percentage? What's the percentage
of his kicks this year?
85.
Yeah, 85% of his kicks.
That would be his career high. You sure about that?
Yeah, I think he goes back to form.
And he's going to be kicking in kind of windy places. I mean, I'm going to be going to 3 of them when Tampa Bay, Cleveland, and New York.
I still say 85%.
Okay, I'm going to say I'm not going to say 60%. That's too disrespectful. I'm going to go with, let's see, what was his last year?
Oh,
I think 76.
So so between 76 and 85, whatever's the closest takes it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, tell him the other bet.
5%, Jack.
I thought we already mentioned the other bet.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, I forgot about that bet. Can I get a reminder?
Yeah, Jesse, he has short-term memory loss, remember?
I do. It's
bad. You do?
Yeah, it's bad.
Even I've had like 4 concussions, and I'm not even Tua.
Wait, so what was this bet again? I'm still going to
MC West. It was not MC West.
The bet was if the Niners win their division, and if you win the championship, I get the belt. But if the Niners do not, I don't know. Well, no, I think you said Rams specifically.
You said Rams. You said Rams.
If the
Rams win the division, and if I somehow win the championship, I give you the belt.
Mm-hmm. That's how this is.
You guys do 2, or you want to stick with 1?
2.
I mean, 2's fine.
All right.
I'm a betting man. Win more than I lose.
Guys, are you ready? Jesse.
Hang on. I need a quick second for this. I'm not ready yet.
Are you ready? Hold up, folks. So we got a new sport we're going to talk about. It's WWE, and it's a sport that's been going on for years. Before it was the WWE, they became the WWF, and so on. And yesterday, Well, that last weekend was this event called SummerSlam, and it's just like a massive. It's like a massive event. Thousands of fans. They rent like NFL stadiums mainly to
And
get
where was SummerSlam this year?
at MetLife, New York, or New
Oh,
Jersey.
okay.
Oh, New Jersey.
Well, technically, I mean, okay, it is for the Giants and the Jets, but it's actually technically in New Jersey.
Yeah, it's been a minute. WWE. It's just this event was quite big, and I would say it was quite an extravaganza. Titles changed. Yeah, we're sorry. We're just changing up for this because, well, WWE, you can take it as a sport for us. For us, we kind of consider it's mainly entertainment. But we felt like just since this event had a lot of excitement, we felt like just to talk about it. We're not going to do this all the time. We'll stick with our sports with football, baseball, and so on, and all the sports. But just for today, it's just it was a special event. We just want to have a quick word. We just want a quick talk about it. And look who's back.
What's up, everybody? This is Messy Jesse here. We're here to talk some wrestling.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
But yeah,
Are you trying to look like Macho Man?
I'm
Yes,
sorry,
exactly.
yeah. But yeah, an exciting event, a lot to talk about, but mainly of like the pretty big ones. And that is actually the ending of day one, which was Gunther against CM Punk. And for CM Punk, he has won titles through his career as a WWE wrestler. But something,
Even in AEW.
yeah, in AEW. Like if you guys are hardcore CM Punk fans, you know the story of him, of his career. But he wanted to win some gold since he's kind of wanting to like get one more title added to his resume. And it was the world heavyweight title against Gunther. It was an exciting match. Blood was spilled. It was a little blood. Definitely some blood occurred, and Punk won it. But if you people don't know about his feud, you could say Seth Rollins, there's actually like a more personal story between these two. Jesse could inform you more about that. But yeah, we that's the first thing to talk about. So Jesse, take it away on this.
Yeah, I think this is an interesting topic. I just want to say that SummerSlam was great. Sorry, I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's all good. Yeah, Jesse's rolling with the hat. But yeah, what do you guys thought? So CM Punk won it, but Rollins interfered. Rollins cashed it in. He was the Money in the Bank. He cashed it in, and he took it from them because he did say every time he's with the WWE, he's just going to like pretty much steal every single moment until he's out. So what do you guys thought if you saw any of any clips of it? If you have anything to talk about that?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I haven't really watched WWE in the longest time, but I did hear there was a big story around John Cena and Cody Rhodes fight. I also heard about.
We're going to talk about that.
Oh, okay. But no, I mean I don't have too much on this topic, but it's good to see CM Punk after. Well, I remember he was gone for years after WWE, and he went elsewhere, and then he finally came back, and everyone lost their minds.
Yeah, he went to UFC for a little bit, and then he want to go back for his return. But yeah, sorry, Jesse's a bit occupied at the moment. He will join us shortly. But other events, like there was like title events. There was the United States title. There was tag team. There was a huge. They decided to do a 5-man tag team TLC match for the titles, And that you guys should maybe, if you guys caught some clips of that, that was probably without those two big headlines, that was probably for me the best. Just to see trying to shove in five tag teams to battle it out for a chance to win it. But Jesse's back, so Jesse,
Yeah.
give it back to you.
Like I was saying, I thought SummerSlam was great. I think night one outdid night two just by a little bit until the ending of night two. Like night one, I really enjoyed the tag team match, the women's tag team title match between Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair taking on not Damage Control, Judgment Day. And just the storytelling in that match was amazing. And then that brings me to the main event of night one, where CM Punk defeats Gunther, only for Seth Rollins to return from injury, first faking it, making it look like he's still hurt, and then running down the entrance and then beating up Punk to win the title. I think that is great storytelling by Triple H. I was not expecting that.
Well, Jesse, I don't know. Maybe can you give us a good summary just what WWE is, like what it is for people who may not heard of this sport before? Or
WWE is sports entertainment. It's like a giant circus. It's where people could be children again, like old wrestlers getting into gear, like I just did here, dressing up and just having fun with it. That's what wrestling is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be like the serious combat sports. It's all about storytelling. Yes, people say that it's fake. I say no, it is scripted. It's just like if you were to go to an opera, to a play or whatever, or even the circus. It's all for show. And I have loved it since I was 9 or 10 years old. It hasn't been great lately, but it is starting to make a comeback. And I'm really pushing to talk about this more on this podcast if we can.
Okay, like I did mention that, like we might do the. I did mention because we had this comment. Just thought like, wait, I thought we were talking about like sports of like football and all that. And I was just thinking, just because this event was pretty big.
Okay, can I respond?
Yeah.
This is okay. There are like certain things that we will not talk about, but I mean, sports is in like the entertainment industry. Basketball is, football is, baseball, I can't talk. Baseball, basketball, football, well, American football, even football or soccer, as we say, or even like random ass sports like cricket or lacrosse. We can talk about wrestling. We're not going to do it all the time, but we're only going to do it
all the time. But like
now,
an event like
referring to WWE, I remember when I was in high school, I went to a WrestleMania at Levi Stadium. I still believe that's one of the craziest experiences I've ever had going to any sporting event of all time, besides like going to a San Jose Sharks Stanley Cup final game, Game 3 specifically, where they won it in overtime. But WWE WrestleMania was something I've never seen before, and it was, like I said, one of the greatest experiences I've ever had.
Drew,
Drew,
do you have anything on this topic, or is WWE just not your thing?
All right, people. WWE is not my thing, people. I don't listen to a lot of WWE. Don't count me on scrap on that. But I think it's just scripted. You know, if I went to my during my freshman year, I had during my kinesiology class with Professor Dean Lamont. He kind of talked about how WWE is just a scripted sport, not like an actual sport where there's no competitive advantage, like they're all scripted, like that's one thing I don't like WWE. It's just scripted, I get it, it's for entertainment purpose, but like this, they only care about the prize position. That's it.
Sorry, what was the last part of your take? Just so I can hear it.
I said they only care about the prize position. That's it.
What do you mean by that exactly?
Like the belt and the belt and
no, that is where you're wrong, Drew.
More
More than just about belts.
line there.
Betrayals.
More than the belt. I'm not saying more than the belt.
It's about betrayals. It's about
friendship.
It's about other turning on.
When betrayals happen at WWE, like people get shocked. Like I know sometimes it can be obvious, but they still get shocked to a core. It's like watching a live action movie. Like
Yes.
when I was in New York this weekend, and as all of you viewers know, I went to the Mets and Giants game when the Giants got their ass kicked. But the next day, I went to go see the show. It's like near Broadway, but it's not exactly Broadway. It's called Rolling Thunder. It's really good. It's about just explaining about like these guys going to Vietnam and like people have wives and all that stuff. It's really good. I highly recommend going to see it. It's only available till September 7th, so I highly recommend that. But it's like watching that. There's happy moments, there's sad moments, there's shocking moments, but it's still entertaining to everybody.
So yes, I don't take an offense to what you said, Drew. I just think you're wrong about that particular take. That all they care about is the belt. It is not just about the belt. It is about friendships, family, betrayals, everything. But yeah, I think we should talk a bit about night 2. Come on, with the epic return of the Beast Incarnate, former UFC heavyweight champion.
Well, he's not a beast. He's a farmer beast. He upgraded.
Yes. Former UFC champion, former WWE heavyweight champion, Brock Lesnar. And I think that's, again, great storytelling. John Cena just lost a big match. Brock usually shows up with either John's biggest victories or biggest defeats. This happens to be one of his biggest defeats. He lost his title. He's no longer the never seen. Well, he still is the never seen 17, but he's no longer WWE champion. He lost to Cody Rhodes and then gets F5'd by Brock Lesnar. I think it's going to be great. I think there will be 3 matches between them before Cena's retirement.
Like, when we saw that and the way he was being all like colorful, like he was just showing like the old him that we all love, and I just feel like when we saw that, we pretty much knew he was going to lose. But I think there was the writers thought for Cena to end it, let him actually beat his greatest defeats.
It was also one of the biggest bitter rivals too. And
Yeah.
I thought maybe they're going to go for like maybe 1 or 2, but if it's just Lesnar in general, that's fine.
I mean, when's WrestleMania? That's not for quite some time, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but sadly, John Cena is going to be retired by then. He's retiring in December. They're doing a special show in his home state of Massachusetts, and believe it's called Ruthless Aggression. That'll be the last time he'll be in the ring. Hopefully, he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame.
He's going to be definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer.
But me personally, I hated the finish to the match. John Cena losing clean to Cody Rhodes. I'm sorry, that never happened. I'm sorry. Cody Rhodes is overhyped. I feel like he's an overhyped star that couldn't even get over in his own company that he created in AEW. Comes back to WWE and is loved and is pushed up our asses, it feels like.
Like, maybe they did that almost like on purpose because this was the surprise of Lesnar. I wasn't sure Lesnar was even going to come back, really. But
he was blacklisted from WWE because of Vince McMahon.
Yeah, so I just felt like I wasn't sure what Triple H maybe did to convince him enough to just do this one last thing for Cena. And we don't like Lesnar and Cena. They're probably friends, as human beings. So it's just maybe just doing just for a friend. Because really, he probably would not be doing this.
No, he wanted to come back. He was just blacklisted for the allegations that he was a part of. But actually, tying this into Bay Area sports, Brock Lesnar's daughter, I don't know her name, but she is currently dating an unsigned rookie, an undrafted rookie for the 49ers.
Oh.
I just think that's interesting also.
That's interesting. Well, we'll find some more details for that. But that is interesting, though. Okay. Because Lesnar's daughter she's a
shot put,
a wrestler, real college type college wrestling, and yeah, I mean, she definitely got Lesnar's attributes, so we might get to see her maybe during the Olympics or at some point, maybe down the line.
Maybe.
But yeah, everybody, that is our show. I hope you all enjoyed it. We will be coming back on Wednesday to talk more sports. As football is returning this week, yes, it is the preseason, but we are getting actual dudes hitting each other. None of this practices or simulated games. We are getting actual football, and
It does start this Thursday through the
Yeah.
weekend. So definitely wait for next week. We'll have a lot of talks about that.
But yeah, that's our show. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching Around the Bay Sports, and we hope to see you next time.
I'm gonna have
Don't
folks.
forget,
Have a
don't
good
forget
night.
to follow us on Instagram, people,
Yeah,
at
well-
Around Base Sports.
Yeah, leave a like, follow, and make sure to share with your friends. We're four guys liking sports, and we've been wanting to do this for quite some time. And I just appreciate for everyone to chime in, share the news of this. Hopefully, this could become something special even through the years as we use this. We're using StreamYard as a like a demo for us for the year, but later on you might see some special effects, and hopefully you guys can stick around when that comes around. But yeah, thanks for joining in. Have a good one. See you Wednesday, 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 Eastern. We'll keep you informed of all the sports news. Until then.
Have a good night.